Welcome into episode 5 of Krail's Corner. Welcome back, Coach Krail, into the studio.
Glad to be
feeling?
back.
Great.
Great.
Great week.
Great.
Congrats on the shutout. I mean, that's a feat right there.
That was quite a game on Friday.
It was a great game.
Just interesting game. You know, Palo Alto is a longtime rival of ours, and we've had some really just tense games over the past few years. But should we roll?
Yeah.
Let's just roll.
Let's send it. I'm happy.
Yeah, interesting game with Palo Alto. You know, they've been one of our rivals over the years,
Sure.
and they came in Friday, and we knew they were down a little bit talent-wise, and so then the message to your team is, let's see if they can play at our level rather than us playing down, to a level that is more like them. And to our guys' credit, we really came out fast and played a really clean, pretty good game.
Yeah.
And I think what I'm most proud of is every player on the team got a significant amount of action, which was great.
Yeah, we're going to even dive into some of that. The sideline was just immaculate. I got the chance to be on the sideline. I was filling our editor's job when I was down with you guys. Sideline's energy is awesome.
Yeah.
There's always guys bouncing around. Everybody's doing something. Everybody's in the game. It's really impressive.
Hopefully they're having fun, right? Hopefully they're having fun. That's what we're out there for. And sometimes we lose sight of that, right? That it is a game and we do it because we love it. And we put so much pressure on ourselves as coaches or even players that we lose sight of the fact that it is a game and it's fun and it should be enjoyed and celebrated and all of that. So glad to hear that. Yeah, that's good.
It's really awesome. So great game on defense and offense. I want to highlight the defense, though. It's been a low-scoring game, especially coming off of Grant High School and the hard-fought battle they had where they were just pushing every single yard.
Right.
Big win on defense. What kind of came of that of the week before and kind of working into that and getting defense back up and rolling and better? What did we learn from last week at Grant?
Well, I think, again, the preseason is a process, right?
Yeah.
And so after every game, coaches and players go back and look at film and you identify 3 or 4 things that, each unit, if you will, like the defensive line or the linebackers can and need to improve on. And I think we saw that. I mean, let's be honest, the Palo Alto team isn't as strong physically or athletically as what we've seen, but guys were lining up correctly. Guys were, their pad level was lower. We're starting to see some things, and we got some big games coming up in the weeks ahead that we're going to have to play at a pretty high level. So, our big thing is just each week we get a little bit better, a little bit better, and hopefully by the time we hit league, we're running, and then into the playoffs, hopefully, and we have a nice little run.
Another position group that played really well, quarterbacks. All 3 went in. All 3 played really impressive games.
Yeah.
Great games from the quarterback. What fostered that kind of success for the quarterbacks that might have been lacking in previous weeks or a little uneasy?
Again, I think the level of competition was a bit less. Now, that being said, quarterbacks still have to read their keys and understand what it is they're looking at. And you're absolutely right on. I mean, all 3 guys played well. I think, we had maybe 2 incomplete passes the whole game. And we didn't throw it a ton, but when we did, we were effective with it. So it's a good problem to have. We've got Shane Timmons coming back to us this week. So that adds to the quarterback room and the challenge of, figuring out how we roll going forward.
I'm so glad you mentioned it. I was just about to ask you. Shane Timmons coming back. Is there any look to implement him? He's been obviously practicing with you guys continuously. How is he stacking up? How do we feel about implementing him?
Good. Shane's been great, right? You transfer schools, you have to sit out 5 weeks. So you're going to practice every day. You're trying to learn, knowing that you don't get the reward of Friday night, right?
Yeah.
That's a big thing. And Shane's been awesome. He's been at practice virtually every day and has learned our system. And so, we're looking to get him on the field some way. He's very talented, and again, we have a glut of quarterbacks this year, it seems, and certainly 3 guys, and then you throw in our number 4 guy. They're all capable of getting behind center and running the offense. So nice problem to have.
Another guy coming back, maybe. This is what I'm asking about. Spencer Berg. We've missed him dearly. He's such a power on the field. He was last year.
Right.
When is he looking to come back? Over the bye week, maybe at Pittsburgh?
So he's gonna ramp up things a little bit this week.
Okay.
And then we're hoping to have him full go on Monday of next week.
Awesome.
So, the target has really always been the Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
And you were spot on. Spencer's a big part of what we do. He's a team captain. He's our middle linebacker, who's kind of the quarterback of the defense, if you will, and he plays a pretty good fullback as well. So he's a big add that like you mentioned we've been missing. And that being said, the guys that have been kind of forced into it have gotten better each week, and so it should be a net positive, right, going
I mean,
forward,
that's
right?
the most
So,
impressive thing.
yeah.
Our defense looks phenomenal this season against all teams, even against
Right.
Grant and some of these other teams like Liberty, where it was just a tougher game physically. Looked awesome, and they really put out their best foot forward every time. And now we get this addition coming back.
Right.
Pittsburgh's going to have their hands full for sure.
They will. They're good. They're
They
really
are
good. But, I think we had a sickness going through our team for a couple of weeks. We had a couple injuries. We're getting Spencer back. We're also getting George Charles back, who has a broken finger. So he's been down 3 weeks. And so getting him back on the offensive and defensive lines will certainly help. And so, we're going to hopefully hit that game, the healthiest that we've been so far.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to need it. They're good.
Yeah. So the first half of the Palo Alto game, just kind of backtracking a little bit, there was one name that kept popping up, Mazzaferro. Great game.
Justin played well.
The team seemed to just love it after both touchdowns. He played really well. Is there going to be kind of a more has he earned his right a little bit, so to speak?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, Justin, just like Spencer and Andrew Sandoval, those three guys kind of play our fullback position, which, in the old days, that was the guy that just led in the middle and rammed heads. But we ask a little bit more of that position in our particular offense. So Justin's kind of won that spot so far. Awesome. And as mentioned, he had a really good game the other night.
Sure.
He's a favorite on our team. He's got a great personality,
He's a great guy.
Great energy. And so, when things go well for him, our guys love to celebrate with him.
Yeah.
It's fun. So.
So we don't have a game next week.
Right.
We're on the bye. Talk me through what a bye week's like. I mean, there's the obvious Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before a Friday game.
Right.
Kind of ramping up into the game. It's pretty much a repeatable formula, except
Absolutely
for the teams.
is. Yeah.
Bye week's kind of the odd one out. How do you go through a bye week, Coach?
It's interesting because you're right. And during a normal week, it's very routine. Monday we do this. Tuesday we do this. And so when you have the bye kind of in the middle of your season, for us, it's a chance to kind of self-scout, right? What's working? What do we need to work on? There's a couple little things that we've kind of held back installing, knowing that this week was coming. So, it provides that. Obviously, it provides time for your players to get healthier, hopefully. This isn't a week where we'll be total, banging heads all week. It's nothing like that. It'll be more mental, schematic type stuff, assignments, those kinds of things. And then, then we get through this week, and then we get into our routine on Monday and focus a lot on Pittsburgh, our next opponent. So it's good to have it in the middle, again, just because guys have played 4 straight weeks, and it takes its toll, right? Especially those guys in the middle. And so, we have this opportunity, again, to get them kind of rested and healthy and fresh legs. And right after Pittsburgh, we go right into league, and there's no more breaks after that. Yeah. So it starts a pretty good run of games for us. It'll be fun. Yeah,
super excited for this bye week. I'm looking to come down and catch some practices, see you guys in action, take some notes, come back on. Next week, we're going to have a little talk about Pittsburgh, a little talk about the previous bye week, what went well, what didn't.
Sure.
Get into all the good stuff.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Coach Krail. We really appreciate it. Tune in next week for episode 6 on Krail's Corner. We'll catch you then.